Picture this. The year is 1977. Location, the Sheridan County Fair. Event, coronation of the 4-H king and queen. Drum roll, please. And the Sheridan County 4-H queen is Carol Oldenburg. Me? Now that queen is my mother. She named me after that very county which she was crowned 4-H queen in. And she got me involved in 4-H before I even knew how to spell 4-H. Welcome to the world of crazy 4-H moms. Now let's back up. 4-H stands for head, heart, hands, and health. Or in other words, hectic, haywire, horrendous, and sent from Hades. 4-H is a positive youth development program that includes the county and state fairs, camps, and many more events. But for the moms, it's an easy excuse to explain that they're just too busy training pigs and frosting cupcakes to actually go out and have fun. That's another thing. In 4-H, there are basically two main parts, livestock and static. For all the city slickers out there, livestock is like the cattle, hogs, and chicken. Or your McDonald's, Denny's, and KFC. Hike the bones? Static is the quilts, crafts, and cookies. So today let's paint our way into the air before the fair, stitch into the details during the fair, and wash off from the aftermath of the fair. We are going to get the confidential truth about crazy 4-H moms. So let's paint our way into the air before the fair. The last bell of the school year just rang, and the kids are running through the hallways saying, "School's out for the summer." But the 4-Hers are dreading the moment that they step in the car because their mom is also going to be singing that very same song, but for a completely different reason. Now while everybody is either wasting their summer away on video game or working on getting melanoma, 4-H moms have made a simple statement for their 4-H minions. Priority equals projects. So forget about the kids' hubby or personal appearance. Heck, the sewing machine doesn't care what you look like. Then 4-H moms basically quit their jobs. The only time they will return to work is to steal office supplies to use on future projects. And before you, the prisoner of your crazy mom, knows it, every single minute of your summer is planned for projects. It eventually gets to the point where it's so stressful, that's when my tears come out and the 4-H mom goes into a league of her own. Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying in 4-H. If you didn't know better, all the screaming, crying, and lack of personal appearance could lead anybody to believe that they were at a toddlers and tears competition. Honey boo boo, I rest my case. Now another problem of being a 4-H mom before the fair is that they have no summer life. For example, they are as white as a foam board. In fear of catching any vitamin D, the only time they go outside is to spray paint furniture, weed the garden, or play with the pigs. Now, they did learn the hard way not to spray paint inside because they claimed that the fumes made them crazy. Now, in order to spray paint furniture, you gotta have furniture to spray paint first. And where do they get this furniture? Dumpster diving, of course. Now, it's not really broadcasted all that much because 4-Hers hate going to school and hearing, "Oh, we saw your mom digging through our trash last night. Did you find anything good?" Well, 4-H moms do live off of two sayings. One man's trash is another man's treasure. And, oh, there's a project in that. Really? What am I going to get out of a Pier 1 reject? And what about the fact that they could get caught dumpster diving and thrown in the state pen and go crazy with wild 4-H tattoos? Imagine giant 4-H clovers and rosette ribbons on shoulders, backs, and other places where tattoos are located, because there's nothing hotter than an I love 4-H tramp stamp. What about the fact that they need to go job hunting after the fair and they'll have no summer glow, a bad record, and weird tattoos? And all this dumpster diving amounts to having the entire house trashed out with half-done projects. 4-Hers can't invite friends over because it's embarrassing to have that big of a mess, and the friends are scared they'll get glued to a poster. Thank goodness the fair is almost here. Now let's stitch into the details during the fair. Now crazy 4-H moms get their families to the fair at the crack of dawn to take care of the livestock and make sure the canned beets weren't stolen overnight. And since they know that we'll stay till 0 dark 30, they plan for us to practically live at the fair. Now, even though it's the fair, we can't live off of food on a stick all day, every day. So they pack enough food and snacks to last for weeks. It's literally like astronaut food. Oh, yummy. And since you never know what's going to happen at the fair, 4-H moms pack a whole closet full of clothes for themselves. For example, they must be super dressy for the style review and table setting nights, casual for working the 4-H food booth and attending pig shows, and totally not decent clothes for anything but scrubbing hogs in the wash racks. And for anybody walking by, it might seem like we live out of our minivan, including enormous amounts of wrappers and other random trash, because only a 4-H mom would have the mentality to stash a couple artificial trees, because you never know when you might need one. Now let's wash off from the aftermath of the fair. Fair week is over and it's time to relax and enjoy those last few days of summer before the kids go back to school and Mom goes job hunting. Now is the time to go to the lake with her friends. But all her friends, except for the crazy 4-H ones, are burned out on the lake. So while the kids are playing in the water, the mom is sitting alone in the shade with an umbrella, a big hat, and slathering on SPF 2 million sunscreen, claiming that she's working on getting a safe tan. And there's no such thing as school shopping. 4-H moms bring out the leftover glue sticks and pens that are nearly dead and call that good. And the clothes that the 4-Hers sewed? Well, apparently that's their school clothes. Why and how would a 4-Her wear a Morton salt bag jacket to school? Well, 4-H moms say what they sewed is what they wore, which was several decades ago. Now that school's in full swing and the 4-H mom hasn't heard back from that job interviewer for several weeks, it must have been that bad record of dumpster diving. They spend all their lonely hours at home writing on the back of every single ribbon, recording who and what it was for. And after these ribbons are all written on, they seem to disappear somewhere. Maybe in that junked out minivan or a black hole. Who knows? And along with the ribbons, the 4-H mom took the billions of pictures at the fair, and since she bragged on and on to family, friends, and former coworkers throughout the fair, they'll want pictures too. It seems to never end. So today we painted our way into the air before the fair, stitched into the details during the fair, and washed off from the aftermath of the fair. Now, if your mom is showing the signs of becoming a crazy 4-H mom, like staying up till 3 a.m. to practice modeling with you, or starts collecting junk because it might be a project, get her help. She's not alone. This is the confidential truth about crazy 4-H moms.